Hey guys, what's up? It's Alicia Dujmovich, the acting mentor, coming to you again. And today I want to talk a little bit about cold reading. We've talked about the rehearsal process a lot, and I know I've given you a tip or two here and there. But today I want to talk specifically just about being able to take a script and cold reading it. So first of all, a cold read means that you just got the script. You've had it like 10 minutes, or, you know, in my opinion too, if you don't have it memorized, you're reading it cold, right? You're using your script. So that is what cold reading means. And this will come up a lot of times in your auditions, where you might get to an audition and have to take a script as soon as you get there and turn it into something within 10-15 minutes before you go into the room. It can also mean that maybe you've gotten the script that morning or the night before and you've had very little time with it before your audition. You're going to need to use the script as opposed to being able to memorize it. So you know, you get the script, you do all of those scene breakdown questions like we've talked about in a couple of the videos past, so make sure you check those out too. And now I just want to talk specifically about how to actually cold read the script. So look, it's not enough just to read something, right? I mean, anybody could just take a piece of paper and read it. That's not what we're doing as actors. As actors, we need to breathe life into our script and get it off the page and connect with whoever we're talking to. So today I'm going to do a cold read of a commercial for you, but you know, you'd be cold reading in anything, whether it's a monologue or a scene or whatever it is that you're auditioning for. So the first thing that you want to make sure that you do is get your script. So this is my commercial copy, okay? And you want to make it as small as possible if it's a commercial script where it's only one page. If it's a scene, that's a bit of a different story. But if I had this, I would take it and I would fold it up so that it takes up the least amount of space possible, so that I can have it closer to me, but it won't be in the frame. You want to keep the piece of paper out of the frame so that we don't see it, because it's a distraction and we want to be focused on your face and looking at you. So I've made it quite tiny, right? That's all of my copy. So that's really all I need. And then I give myself a little way to hold it. So I like to hold it out in front of me. I give it a little bit of a tilt so that the only thing that really ever has to move when I have to look down at the page is my eyes. Okay, I don't have to tilt my whole head down. If I tilt it this way and I have it down here and I'm reading like this, you see the top of my head, you don't see my eyes. So we really want to make sure that they see your eyes, okay? And then the next thing is, it's always good to memorize that first line. That way the first line is up off the page, we see your eyes, we're connected with you right off the bat, and we aren't focused on you reading it to us, but we're focused on connecting with you. So you've answered your scene breakdown questions, you know who you're talking to, and now you're going to give it a shot, right? So I'm going to give you an example first of what I don't want you to do, and that's just reading it off the page. So here we go. I'm just like a lot of small business owners. Seen good and bad times, but nothing like this. We're trying to do the right thing by the environment, being energy efficient, but Congress isn't making it any easier on us. Some in Washington now want to impose costly new environmental policies that would limit our ability to compete globally and keep our workers employed. We'll compete and win if given the opportunity. The question is whether Congress takes that ability away. Okay. So that's what I don't want you to do. I just read it to you, right? I didn't connect with you. I didn't breathe any life into it. I didn't do anything, okay? So now I'm going to show you what I would like to see when you guys are doing your cold reading. So here we go. I'm just like a lot of small business owners. I've seen good times and bads, but nothing like this. Look, we're trying to do the right thing by the environment, being energy efficient. But Congress isn't making it any easier on us. Some in Washington now want to impose costly new environmental policies that would limit our ability to compete globally and keep our workers employed. We'll compete and win if given the opportunity. The question is whether Congress takes that ability away. So that's more of what I want to see. You getting it off the page, connecting right here, thinking about who you're talking to and trying to get what it is that you want from them. It's way more important to that casting director, to that agent, to see that you've got a grasp on what you're saying and the meaning behind it, rather than you getting every single line perfect. So connect with who you're talking to, get it up off the page. If that means it takes you a little longer and it moves a little slower, that's totally okay. All right? It doesn't need to be fast. You don't need to speed through it. So take your time with it. I would rather you get little bits and phrases at a time than read chunks of it and only look up a couple times. All right? So practice this at home. Cold reading takes work. You're not gonna, be perfect at it right away. This is something that takes practice, just like anything else. If you were playing a sport, you would have to practice during the week and so that you could get better. If you were dancing, you'd practice that routine over and over again until you were ready for the recital. So acting's the same exact way. You have to practice and practice to get better, and cold reading is a skill. It's like a muscle. And if you don't exercise it, then, you're not going to be up to speed when it's time to play that game. So practice this at home. I do it every day, when I'm working with students, and that helps me to get better at it. And so now you can start doing this with your scripts. Practice your cold reading, and you can even cold read a magazine if you want to. It doesn't have to be a script. It can just be whatever you're reading for school, a school book. It doesn't matter what it is, because you're practicing the idea of getting it off the page, getting one line at a time, and then eventually, if you rehearse that way as well, then you're going to memorize things quicker too, and you're going to learn them as opposed to learning them in a rote, memorized fashion. So it's going to help you in a lot of different ways. So I hope this helped you guys today. Leave any questions or comments below in the comments section. Please make sure to subscribe to my page, like the video if you found it helpful. Visit us on Facebook, The Acting Mentor, and it's Lights, Camera, Act. I hope you guys are doing great, and I'll see you guys soon.